Oh yeah, forgot to film an intro. So here is what my face looks like when I realized I forgot to film an intro. Well, today we are creating a Wicked Witch kind of look. And yeah, I'm going to show you how I got this. So continue watching if you want to see how I created this fantastic, amazing look. I mean, you guys should all rock it. It's amazing. You should do it. Seriously. So the first thing I'm going to use is some Plasto wax. This is just some wax that you can kind of form prosthetics with and kind of use to make different shapes on your face. And I'm going to be using it to make my witchy nose. One thing I can honestly say is that I should have smoothed this out a little better than I did. I mean, hindsight's 2020 and you can see all your flaws when you're going through and filming. So yeah, there's some things that I would definitely change about how I formed this, looking back on it and just seeing the mess that it was. This stuff is super sticky and super tricky to work with. So it does take a little bit of getting used to when you first start playing with it, but eventually you kind of get the hang of it and you kind of, okay, I have to warm it up with my hands, that type of thing. You need to kind of work it in your fingers to get it to be malleable before you place it anywhere on your face or wherever you're putting this. This also works really well for like making scars and wounds and things. I've watched a few people do that, but I'm using it to create my nose. And yeah, we're going to start forming the very elongated witchy nose. And I do go in later and I do kind of attach this with some liquid latex. I think had I done this a little differently, I would have tried forming it a little bit more before I applied it to my face. And then I would have gone in, I would have put liquid latex down on my nose just so it's a little more stable than what it is when I'm going through and painting it and making it match my face and all of that fun stuff. Another thing I probably would have done is just kind of brought it down a little further on my nose because I don't think it really looks like it's my nose. And that's just something, you know, as I'm doing this stuff, I'm kind of learning, kind of adjusting to it. So yeah, there's just some little tricks here and there. Now I go in on the edges of all of the prosthetic nose that I created and I place down some liquid latex because I want this to stay, and because without applying the liquid latex, it's just going to move everywhere, which is very annoying. And trying to get it, this is why I should have taken it down further, because trying to get it to stay around my nose was just awful. Also, the stuff smells horribly. Liquid latex smells awful. So just keep that in mind when you're putting anything near your nose, because yeah, and there were a few spots that were kind of coming apart on the actual nose that I created. So I did go in and kind of place it on the nose. But yeah, you kind of have to just kind of let it set, let the liquid latex dry, make sure everything's kind of where you wanted it. And again, I think I should have gone in and smooth it out a little bit more. But I'm also like, it's an ugly witch nose. I kind of keep going back and forth on that one. But yeah, just apply that liquid latex in a generous amount. And don't get it in your eyebrow hair. Be very, very careful. I almost did get it in my eyebrows, but I didn't. So that was an accomplishment. Now I'm going to form the chin. The Plasto wax did not want to stay on my chin at all, so I ended up having to go in and put a little liquid latex down, which was a good thing because it stayed after that. It was just a little bit tricky to work with on my chin, and it just kept moving and did not want to do what it was supposed to do. So we put down some liquid latex, and then I go and reapply it onto there, and some of it just crumbles. It's just, I don't know, it was just a weird thing. So I just kind of get what I need on there, and then I go ahead and I place more. I think I would have done a bigger chin than what I did and done it a little more pronounced had I had more Plasto wax, or had I bought like a prosthetic chin. I thought about doing that, but I was running out of time when I filmed this to get all of my supplies. It's also why I don't have a witch hat. I'm very disappointed in myself. Next year I'm going to start buying this stuff much earlier because, yeah, or actually pick up a bunch of stuff and just save it for next year. But yeah, this is just me kind of forming the chin. It's a very awkward pointy chin, but you know, it's an ugly witch face. Yeah. I think it works pretty well for what I was going for. And see, this is what I should have done with the nose, is just smoothed it out a little bit more. I think this really kind of helped it blend into my actual skin. And I should have done that with the rest of everything, but you live, you learn. This is a huge learning curve for me because I have never done anything like this, and it was a lot of fun to try and kind of make my own like prosthetic nose and chin and not just buy things. But yeah, I'm placing some more liquid latex on this. Just have to make sure it is everywhere. And you have to let it dry before you do anything else. Just letting you know that. I'm going in with the CCBeauty Professional 12 color case, and I'm using the green in there. And I am going back and forth with a brush and a teeny tiny little beauty blender that I'm okay with ruining because I never use it for anything else. It just helped really get into the creases and crevices of this nose. I also sped this up because we would be here literally for hours because this part took a while, just because the nose was so hard to get all of the little crevices and the areas and get it all kind of blended in with the rest of my skin. I think had I gone in with some foundation prior to placing this, it would have been a better color match than what it turned out to be. But again, it's kind of a learning curve. I do go in with some brown because I kind of want the nose to look really ugly. And I do think that this helped quite a bit. And then I go back in with that beauty sponge and just kind of place some more green on top of it. And it looks pretty gnarly. Yep. And then going in with the brush. It really does kind of take some working with. I am going to go in and kind of set this all because I didn't want it to move when I did this. And we're just kind of working it everywhere. And every time I touch that nose, I take off so much of the paint. The paint does not like to stick to this wax, which was interesting to learn. And the more I paint myself green, the more I'm like, ooh, green. I would, if you're going to do this for Halloween, I do suggest going down your neck, matching it up with wherever your costume's going to go. And you might actually want to do your hands or find something to cover your hands with, because if you're really wanting to sell the Wicked Witch look, you need to kind of own painting your whole body. And I was just not up for that because, yeah. I also kind of place some little witchy like moles on my face, and I do go and cover them with brown because I kind of want these moles to be ugly. Not that all moles are ugly. These ones just happen to be witchy and green and brown and just kind of like disgusting because, you know, nice witchy mole. Also, this paint that I'm using likes to dye my hair. There are a few pieces of my hair that are different colors because every time I use this, somehow I get some of my hair in it. It comes out eventually. I'm just letting you know, if you have light blonde hair like I do right now, you will have some interesting hair colors if you get this in your hair. Next, I go in with the Hasina palette, and I'm using the shade Jamila, and I'm going to start to set everything. This also kind of helps even out the skin tone color. So find a green that you're willing to kind of use. I was actually kind of surprised I did not use as much of that eyeshadow as I thought I was going to. And I was also like, oh, I hope I don't use all of this because I really do like this eyeshadow. But I'm going in with kind of flat brushes, and I'm just kind of setting all of the areas and really trying to get it to blend. I also kind of think that this helps give me an interesting texture to my skin and kind of makes it uneven and just gives me that really kind of witchy vibe. Just kind of set it on my lips was the best and worst idea I ever had. Because I got it in my mouth and that eyeshadow does not taste good. Just so everyone knows, eyeshadow does not taste good. Don't eat it. Don't eat your eyeshadow. Then I'm going in with the black from the CCBeauty palette, and I'm just filling in my brows. This is the quickest I've ever done my brows, and these brows actually kind of came out not too bad. I mean, they're witchy brows, but yeah. Then I kind of placed some black dots to give the face some more, I don't know, stuff. More moles. I don't know. I don't know what I was going for with this. I think I placed too many personally. But, you know, what can I do? I painted myself green, okay? I'm green. Well, and here's the final look. I mean, as you can tell, I did not do an outro, so here it is. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I hope that you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you have not already, and thank you again, and bye.